Welcome to MyTeam Part2, I think it is. Can't really remember. Been a long while since I did one of these. Part 2, Bahrain Grand Prix. Let's just get straight into this, I guess. See what the race has in store for us.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round one of this year's Formula One World Championship. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice. They've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid we have Norris, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo and Perez, Vettel, Stroll, Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso and Ocon, Raikkonen, Tarrant, Mick Schumacher and George Russell, Mazepin, Giovinazzi, Eilert and Nicholas Latifi. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
So, starting P16 on the grid here in Bahrain. Pretty good starting position. I got into Q2, but I decided just to sort of wait that out as I knew I wasn't going to get any farther and I didn't want to waste any tyres. But changing the strategy, I think, just seeing what we can do, lowering the fuel, getting one lap over, of course. Now I don't want to go any lower as it may just make us run out of fuel at the end of the race, but let's get into this. So, 5 red lights and away we go for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix and the start of the 2021 MyTeam Series. Going down into turn 1, we dive it up the inside, but Raikkonen or Giovinazzi, can't really remember who that is, just moves under the brakes, similar to what happens in my Breaking Point episode, which you will be seeing in a slight bit, I think. But going down into here, looking to overtake Yuki Tsunoda, Alonso helping me if we go right round the outside. And just get on the traction very well. We're fighting Alonso here, going side by side through this high-speed section now, and we go down into this braking zone. Still side by side if we catch right up to the back of Sainz. Now going down into a braking zone here, almost hitting Sainz on the rear end, very close to there. We just get on the traction, Alonso right behind him, then we have Tsunoda, and then the Ocon, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, and then I think it's the Haas of Mick Schumacher ahead of Russell, Mazepin and Callum Eilert down in P22. Not the best of start, and we go wide there at the high speed turn 12 or something. But keeping up with Sainz and Alonso, it seems we are doing, as we have a small train ahead of Sainz, Leclerc and Gasly. I'm unsure which tires Gasly is on, but if he is on the mediums, he's going awfully slow if we're keeping up with it. But anyway, relaxing a bit down the straight, if we're looking to possibly make a move on Sainz here, we brake late and we look around the outside. Sadly, the Ferrari has much more low-speed grip than us, and we can't get the move on. If Fernando Alonso is also looking for a slight move on us, it would seem. If we now look round the outside again of Sainz, can't really get it again as we just lose the rear end a bit there. And now we're catching up on lap 3 and we send it down the inside of Sainz. Very nice move from us. A late braking manoeuvre when we get past the Spaniard. And we almost move the rear end again. Not the best of times for us to lose a rear end. It's only lap 3. And now we come to the end of lap 3, catching up to Leclerc and Gasly. Gasly is in fact on the medium, but he's very slow on those tyres. He must have a problem or something.
You have 11th place. Leclerc is ahead of you. Less than a second separate you. They're on old softs.
And now we send it down the inside of both Leclerc and Gasly. I was only trying to make a move on Leclerc, but we actually get it possibly done on Gasly. If we keep that move on Leclerc, Sainz is looking to overtake his Ferrari teammate, and we're looking to overtake Pierre Gasly. He's really slow into the apexes. He must have some front wing damage or something, because he's going really slowly this time. And we're trying to make a move everywhere, almost pushing him round the corner. Leclerc looks for a move round our outside. Not really much we could do to that if we push him onto the curb and get a slight bit of contact there. Sainz looking for a move on his Ferrari teammate. We're looking for a move on Gasly. Who will make it first? And now we've got DRS and ERS to use on Pierre Gasly. He gets a really good exit though. So he's not struggling on traction, just mid-speed cornering speed. And we now get good traction and we go down the inside here, an unorthodox place to do it. But we make the move as Sainz makes the move on his Ferrari teammate. Very nice to see. Now just trying to run away from Pierre Gasly, already almost a second ahead of him as we go into the brake zone. Now a second ahead, he won't get DRS, which is crucial to our defence for this 9th place it seems. And it's going to get even better once those people stop for their first stops. Now on to lap 8 here at the Bahrain Grand Prix, looking just to keep our distance to Fernando Alonso, who's on the same strategy as us. And now we go by the pits, picking up places on Perez and Vettel, and then Lewis Hamilton comes out right behind us. Shame he couldn't come out right behind Alonso, as that would have meant he would have battled with him, but this means Alonso gets DRS, not the best for our defence of that 9th place. Now I'm just going to allow some pure engine sounds. And I feel now is a good time to get back to talking to you guys, as we're right behind Fernando Alonso. He got past us on that straight because we made a small mistake, but I don't want to be behind the Spaniard. I feel I'm slightly faster than him and just will push on. And now we go down the straight. ERS flying now, and we now get our move on. Going round the outside of Fernando Alonso, braking late, pinning him to the inside, very aggressive from us, and now we go down into this area. Valtteri Bottas is right behind us, and Fernando Alonso goes down our inside and we push him very aggressively. So Fernando Alonso not looking very happy there about what we did as well. Almost losing the rear end. Valtteri Bottas now going round our outside. Fernando Alonso meanwhile running away from us. Now Bottas is going down our inside into this heartbreaking zone. We don't want to do anything about it, just want to follow him round as he catches up to Alonso very, very fast. No idea how this guy's so fast. Must just be the Mercedes pace difference. If we get a yellow flag, I think that was for a McLaren spinning, possibly Daniel Ricciardo. I didn't get the recording for that, so sorry. But chasing after Alonso as he's already been caught up by Valtteri Bottas and is being followed around this corner. Bottas is going for a move here down the inside into this heartbreaking zone at the end of this lap. Now Alonso, can he fight back? I really wish him to, because we're at a 9/10 difference at this point in the race. And Alonso now gets the DRS, I think, and he's going to go after Bottas here down this long straight. He goes for the inside, Bottas defending hard, now he goes for the inside move, braking late, we catch up quite a lot, Bottas trying to hold it, but Fernando Alonso is putting a real good fight on for the fans, I guess, in Spain. But now we catch up to Fernando Alonso, now only 7 tenths behind as Bottas goes slightly defensive into the corner. Now catching up completely, 5 tenths now, catching about 2 tenths per corner or something it would seem. But that's really good if we're now in DRS range of Fernando Alonso. So Fernando Alonso right ahead, looking for a move if we check behind, and well, Sergio Perez is right there. Met the 5 seconds back, but he won't get us by the end of the race, I would suspect. Shift for Red Bull so fast, like the Mercedes, as Sergio Perez is gained massively. Looking for a move on Alonso to protect from Perez on the back straight, but can we look for a move here? That is the question. We really need to get a move done, otherwise Perez is going to eat me up and allow Alonso to run away. If we go wide there, almost losing the rear end. Trying to catch Alonso, it's really hard. He's pushing really hard to try and get out of the DRS. But Sergio Perez right behind us on the back straight. Looking for a move on Alonso, go get the DRS and slipstream down here. So, well, Sergio gets a great exit. He's already all over us, using a bit of the Sergio side by side with us, catching up to Alonso. Will we go down the inside? Sergio Perez goes to the right, we go to the left, and we go for a move, going all the way around the outside, and it works for us. As Sergio Perez can't get the move done on the outside. Smart move from Perez to back out if we have 61% tyre wear on our tyres. And now we go down into this corner, trying to just run away. Almost losing the rear end, as I think this is the lap we're coming into the pits now. If we close the door on Alonso and Perez, slightly dirty from us, I'll admit that, as Sergio Perez goes right round the outside. Now going into the pits, Alonso follows this in. Max Verstappen has caught up massively to the back of Sergio Perez then. The Red Bull going really fast, it would seem, in today's race. Now in the pits, who will come out in front, me or Alonso, as we get Stroll and Vettel going past? Going in for the hard compound tyre. Good stop from the boys on that. And 2.3 seconds, and we come out ahead of Alonso. I think Alonso had a slightly slow stop as we now run away from him out of the pits. Now, no one behind it would seem, as we have Charles Leclerc up the road being held at by Schumacher. We almost lose the rear end again. Not the best of times for our car in this career mode. Hope it will get better, because otherwise if we warm up the tyres down this straight, it will just not help us win the championship and the Constructors' Championship with a teammate. And now Sebastian Vettel comes out of the pits on lap 20, trying to go around the outside if we get the move done. Lance Stroll only a couple of seconds back from us, but we need to run away from Alonso. Vettel isn't helping, of course. Vettel and Alonso back in 2011, great rivals. Vettel in the Red Bull and Alonso in the Ferrari, but since then there hasn't really been much between these two until now. And now Vettel's all over the back of us going down into here. Alonso slow behind, but Vettel is really, really fast. And we see the massive airbox of the Alpine back there. Vettel looking for a move to 2/10ish behind us, as he's right around us, almost pushing us around that corner. If we try and push him off the track, but no, Vettel gets a move done, and I think that will see it for the end of the race.
We need to stay
Stroll
on
now only 2 seconds behind if we try to run away. So Stroll there going for a move on Fernando Alonso. It will see him down into the back straight. No, straight, sorry. And now Alonso hopes he fight back, because that would really help us in this race. Alonso seems to be gaining on that straight, and yeah, he may go for a move here. As yeah, go down the inside, or I think Alonso does. No, oh no, never mind. Stroll is still ahead and gaining massively on us, already in direct range of us, and it's only been about 2 laps here, gaining about a second per lap, but that would have been hindered by fighting with Alonso if we go a slight bit wide. Alonso back there, Stroll goes down our inside, trying to fight round the outside. We do that very well as Alonso's back there and going down the inside of Stroll. This is a mega race we must do. Stroll, of course, a pay driver, whereas us, just a team owner who also, I guess, would be slight pay driver to drive our car. But we've got to have talent to be in F1. You can't dismiss that, and so we try and fight back with Stroll, but he's just way too fast down this straight. Just can't catch up to the back of him. This Sainz is 5 seconds behind now. But anyway, on to lap 22 now, going on to lap 23, behind Lance Stroll, trying to get a move on here, looking for a move down the inside into this corner, and very far back on the brake, and oh, we go very far, we get it all crossed up and we go too deep. Not the smartest move from me, I'll be honest, if we come back on track, losing a bunch of time as Fernando Alonso now comes, and this is a POV from him, almost pushing him off the track there. We fight him very hard for this P8 and 7, this is not even 9 points in the books. But going on to lap 25 now, we have Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc. An interesting trio behind us, as now we go down into here, going now past there and down into this very hard braking zone, trying not to lock up as we go down in. Carlos Sainz is all over the back of us here, all that grip he must have in the Ferrari and medium tyres, it would seem. Just trying to keep ahead of him, don't want to go too far down, as well we'll be out of the points otherwise. Now Carlos Sainz is chasing us down here, almost losing the rear end, trying not to allow him by. And now, ooh, we go a bit wide there, trying not to lose the rear end there. We do that very nicely. Charles Leclerc is all over the back of Fernando Alonso, like Sainz is to us, and now Stroll is about 6 seconds ahead. Nothing we could do to face those Aston Martins, they were just way too fast for us. Now Carlos Sainz is going to get the DRS and slipstream on us here, not using any ERS. Don't think we should fight this person, he's just way too fast for us. And now Alonso, the car behind us. Now Sainz, he's very fast in that Ferrari, of course we don't get to see that horrible green thing on the back of the Ferrari, of course. And now we just forget to use DRS down that straight. And now on to lap 26, Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc are right behind us. Charles Leclerc making a move on Fernando Alonso, and now Alonso making a move on us, making it 3 wide down into the turn 1. And now he just tries to survive here. Fernando Alonso backs out, which is quite smart from him, and we get a look of rear end there. Charles Leclerc not very fast off the exit, and Alonso's going to fight back. Now going into here, Carlos Sainz is already 3 seconds ahead of us in just 2 laps. That's the pace difference between these cars, and yet we're holding on mercifully. And now we go on to lap 27. Oh, we go a bit wide there. Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc are going to have a look at us into here, but just can't get the move done. Who will survive here? Who will come out in front? Oh, we lose the rear end there going down into that corner. Just a slight lock-up, I would think, as now Charles Leclerc and Alonso have the DRS on there. Alonso's going to look down the inside, we have to defend hard. And now Charles Leclerc's looking for a move on Fernando Alonso, almost losing the rear end if we go through there. Trying not to go wide around here. We don't, we get it absolutely perfect. And now Fernando Alonso is right ahead of Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc will be making a move on Fernando Alonso, I would think, anytime soon. And then Carlos Sainz. My god, he's already 5 seconds ahead now. That much time in just one lap is insane. And now Fernando Alonso is coming to make a move on us. Charles Leclerc is looking for 1-2. Alonso gets the move on us, but we're probably going to make the move back under brakes, and yes we do. Charles Leclerc is just a passenger in this seat, and now he's looking at us battling. Now Carlos Sainz, very, very fast. Nothing we could probably do against these guys, but we can fight against ourselves, squabble amongst what we have. And now Alonso's down into P10. Charles Leclerc is right behind, and I think he'll be looking for a move this lap, trying to get past us any which way he can. And now we go down into here, trying not to lose the rear end. We do a bit too late under pressure from Charles Leclerc. He's now going to be looking around the outside, defending hard, and now Charles Leclerc, he's gone off to Narnia. Don't know where he's going, just gone wide there. And now Pierre Gasly takes that 10th space. And now Alonso's coming back to us into here, like last lap I would think. And now, he goes wide, and now we're going to switch back on him. Switchback of dreams on Fernando Alonso if we go around here. No idea how we're keeping it with Fernando Alonso. He's in the way faster car. We dive it down the inside. Fernando Alonso give us no room, but I don't suspect he would have given us anyway if he saw us there. Just a very risky move, but now we look for a move on Fernando Alonso. Keeping behind so we get the DRS, almost going wide, and yes we do go wide actually. And now Fernando Alonso is right ahead, but we do have the DRS and slipstream, not using the DRS yet. Now we go, and now we fly past Fernando Alonso with only a lap to go. Pierre Gasly is 1.6 seconds behind, I think, going into the apex of that corner. No, he's actually losing time, surprisingly. Pierre must have a problem or something. But now we go down into here, pushing Fernando Alonso very wide if we try to survive all we can in this race. Got a small bit of time on our right front there, as you can see. Lewis Hamilton wins the race, but that's not what we care about. We are trying to get these points in this Bahrain Grand Prix. Go diving up the inside here with Fernando Alonso. Pierre Gasly is just a viewer in this thing. And now Alonso comes back at us. Very good racing from the AI this year, I will say. If we go down the inside of Fernando Alonso, getting a small bit of lag there with PC on screen. And now Pierre Gasly is going to look for a move on us, and we look for a move to just survive here in this Bahrain Grand Prix. Get 1 point, that's all I would want for this race. And now Charles Leclerc, he's back from the dust, and he can fight us for this 11th and 10th place. And now we go wide, not what we wanted, trying to just survive here against Charles Leclerc. Pierre Gasly is running away, and so is Alonso, just trying to keep this 10th place from Charles Leclerc, running away from him. We now catch up to Pierre Gasly in the brake zone. Don't think we'll be able to make a move on him, but it seems to be that we'll get 1 point in this Bahrain Grand Prix.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Tarrant. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us
So,
for the
a
next one.
great Bahrain Grand Prix for us. We get 1 point in the drivers' standings. Shame for Callum lot didn't get much from the race, but our team acclaim bets massive week boost, 12%, and we're already up to mid-level 3. But great race, and I'll end it off with this small cinematic.